Hello everybody, I just wanted to come on here quickly and interrupt my Cultivate What Matters September goal planning with a quick interlude. And I wanted to tell you about the dates for the 2026 Power Sheets. It's funny because at the time of filming this video, I'm like, hush, hush, I can't talk about anything because it is the 13th of August. But by the time this video goes live on the 27th, all of these dates should be revealed. So I wanted to let you know that the cover reveal, you already have seen that. It would have been on the 26th, so it would have been yesterday. And then I should be able to share the cover. So it'll probably be on an Instagram post, and maybe I can do a YouTube post as well, but I'll show you which cover that I got for my Power Sheets for 2026. Very excited about that. And tomorrow will be the accessories reveal. So I will not share that part of it, but September 2nd, Cultivate What Matters will go over what is new with 2026 Power Sheets. And September 16th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, you can begin shopping. My link down below will be active for those products. So if you choose to use my link, I really, truly appreciate your support. It does mean the world to me. And again, I think this is very important, that I would never support a company if I didn't truly believe that it helped people and that it was for a good reason. I think the Power Sheets, and I continue using the Power Sheets year after year, it has helped me with my goals so incredibly much, from before I first started to when I first got into them, and even to this day. I feel like I'm growing a bit more every single time I use them, every single year. And your priorities and life stages do change as well, so it's nice to be able to do the prep work and kind of figure out where you're standing and how things look for that year. So I truly appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much, and happy shopping, and I hope you guys enjoy the cover choices this year. They're a little bit unorthodox, I'm not gonna lie. You guys would have already seen the colors by this point, and I hope you're as excited about them as I am. So thanks again, and we'll get into the video. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sandra. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're going over my September 2025 goals, and it's going to be a little bit different today because I have actually not written them out yet. I am thankful that we are not yet in Q4 because I'm not ready for Q4. I still have quite a few things I want to wrap up in the next couple of weeks for the end of August. I'll give you a glimpse here of August. So I'm trying to enjoy the last few weeks and slowly getting things done, but we're not quite there. So if you haven't been here before and haven't joined me, welcome. I do things a little bit differently, and I want to explain the order and why I do it. So with the Power Sheets, for a month, a regular month, and not talking about a new quarter, your first page is your monthly reset. So you talk about the important to-dos you need to do for the upcoming month, the goals to make progress on, stuff that you want to focus on for the month, what's on the calendar, so date-specific items as a reminder, and then what's on your mind, so things that you might be worried about, things that you might have to start thinking about for the upcoming season. And then you can do an evaluated life check-in. So this kind of explains how last month has been going, what areas need improvement. Okay, and then the next page is the monthly calendar. So this is where you lay out all of your potential dates, all of your commitments, all of your goals. And if you really want to, you can break down your monthly goals into weekly chunks or even daily tasks. And then the last bit here is the tending list and the break it down page. So I've really been enjoying the break it down page. I put my books to read on here. I put my cleaning tasks. And honestly, this is kind of where everything starts. So I'll write it down here. This is my original brainstorming area. And then I'll transfer areas from here into my other various planners that I use. So my tending list is kind of where I come every day to check off like what progress I've made on each of my goals. and that's for monthly, for weekly, and for daily. This is probably the most helpful thing that I've ever come across because it really makes you, it kind of holds you accountable. Honestly, it really does, because then you not only get this reminder every day, you look at it and you're like, okay, I need to start working on this in order to get some control over my life, and just, it gets you to focus better. And that's why I really like this. Prior to Power Sheets, it's easy to write out what you want to see in your year or your, quarter or your month on a piece of paper, but it's hard to, like, kind of come and write down a page like this. Like, if you haven't seen this template before, it's not so easy to keep control of it like this and keep everything manageable. So I really, really enjoy this about the Power Sheets. And the break it down page really helps me figure out, like, once I've done my goals, I can say, okay, these are the cleaning tasks or the organizing tasks or the home projects I need to get my husband to help out with. Just kind of like all of the things. And it's so helpful every month. The last page here is the month in review. And this is where I come at the end of the month. So once I get to the end of August, I will come here and write down all of the things. Sometimes I will write down as I go because I don't want to forget what happened during the month. So I'll do that as well. And then, because the start of October is quarter four, at the end of September, you've got this refresh page here. And then it goes into your quarterly refresh. So your last quarter of the year, which I'm so excited about. I really want to get into that because, as we all know, like, school is starting September. I think September 2nd is the first day of school. And I have another child entering school for the first time. We bought her school backpack yesterday and she was so excited. Okay, so how I start is I like to start with the calendar because I already have appointments. I've got commitments that I like to write down. I put my garbage days, my paid days, my budget days, stuff like that. So I know what's happening when, and then I come back to the monthly reset and I write in some things. So what I'm going to do is speed this part up. I'll fill in my calendar. I usually just use a black pen and then I'll go in and highlight. If I'm feeling fancy or I have a lot of time, I'll use stickers or I'll use color coding. But with all of the things I personally have to do, color coding can sometimes get a bit hazardous. So I'll use my black pen at first and then we can color code after, maybe. I probably will be using like a gold or maybe even a brown tone to start crossing off some things in September. My planning choices for September are going to be a little bit not September-ish. It's definitely not September vibes because I'm not quite ready to let go of summer. And it's funny because in the planner, I've been watching tons of like fall and autumn planning videos lately, and I'm really getting into the fall vibes. I want summer to stay. Like, I want to be able to enjoy the sun and be outside more. But when it comes to planning, I love the fall colors and I love the stickers and all of the things. But for September, because of the certain kits I'm using and all of that, it just didn't work out for September this year. So I will be getting full force into fall planning in October. But for September, in my Power Sheets anyway, I'm probably going to use a gold or a brown to cross off on my tending list, maybe even on my calendar. But without further ado, let's get into the calendar. So we're all done. So the one thing I'm going to do here is just highlight in green all the budget days and the pay days. So first of all, I put down all of my important appointments, and I put down Chad's work days so I know when he's not working. So right now his schedule is he works 14 days straight. So we have one paycheck that's 4 days, one paycheck that's 7 days, which only has overtime. The other ones don't have any overtime. So I'll have overtime on this paycheck, and then he works a 3-day. So you can imagine like the 3-day paycheck is really, really tight. So any money that we have left over from any other paychecks, we have to save for the 3-day paycheck. It's kind of silly, but that's kind of how they're working it. So for example, this is a 4-day check. This one would be paid here. So I'll put 4 beside it. This is a 7-day check cut off a Saturday. So we would be paid here. And then this is the 3-day check, and we would be paid here. And then the next paycheck, which actually isn't on here, would be a 4-day paycheck. So it goes 4, 7, 3, 4, and then it's a 7. So yeah, so it goes 4, 7, 3, 4, 7, 3, etc. So if that was the case, before the 4 would come a 3. So let me think here. Yeah, so this one would be a 3-day. So I think this transition here, usually the first paycheck, the first week is usually not that bill heavy. So I think we might be okay. Not so much here because we've got our insurance payment here. This paycheck won't be that heavy. We won't need too much left over for this paycheck, but we'll have to save whatever we get on the end of August paycheck for this paycheck here for the second paycheck of September. September is going to be a little bit of a more difficult month. But we won't be doing anything. We're not going anywhere, at least until Christmas. So pretty much September, October, November, and then all of December, right up until the end of December, we won't be going anywhere. So if we go to Red Deer at the end of August, we probably won't be going back until December. And so that'll help, and we'll be staying in a lot because it will be getting cold. I have a feeling this year is going to be really, really cold. Don't ask me why, I just have a feeling. And so I've put all of my appointments on here. I did put our holidays, so it's Labor Day here in Canada on the 1st of September, but we are also going to Red Deer the end of August, and we'll be coming home on that day. The kids start school on Tuesday, and then my husband starts back to work on the Wednesday. So we'll probably have to get groceries, a few groceries on that Monday. So I'll put that in as well. And then the only thing I don't have on here are my kids' school dates. Anything that's going on with school, I tried going on to the website that I get the information from, and they're down. They'll be back up tomorrow, so I will come back in and I'll fill out those dates in here so that when I start my planning process for September in my planner at the end of the month, I'll be able to put in all of the dates for school. But it's going to be exciting because my daughter, my only daughter, she will be starting kindergarten, and it's only half days, and I believe, yeah, it's half days, so it's going to be every day though. Thursday is usually early dismissal, but I have her going in the morning, so I'll be picking her up usually around noonish time. So yeah, so it's going to be very, very exciting. But we have, so far, like my mom has an appointment here, and I can't remember if I have to drive her. She still doesn't have a vehicle. This has been since the end of March or the end of April when her vehicle got wrecked. Somebody smashed in the back windshield of the rock, which was very unfortunate. And then she was going to get her windshield replaced, and then somebody decided to hotwire the car, so it was a complete write-off. So she still hasn't found a vehicle. Used vehicle prices have gone up, and she hasn't found anything reliable yet, which is really scary because it is getting close to, fall and winter time. So I'm hoping that she finds something. So anyway, so I do have a couple of birthdays coming up. My sister's son is turning 1 year old on September 10th, And her daughter is turning, I think she's going to be going to grade, let me think, I think she was in kindergarten last year because she's like 7 months older than my daughter, so she'll be going to grade 1 this year. So I believe she is turning 6 or 7. I should know this because she's my daughter's age. My daughter is 5, so yeah, she'll be turning 6 in September, and then my daughter doesn't turn 6 until May. So yeah, so she'll be turning 6. So I'll put that here. And then my best friend's birthday is on the 12th, and we also have a Vancouver trip this month. I have to book that flight, so I'm actually going to be booking that today. I have that on my to-do list. And then me and my daughter have a doctor's appointment here. So I also need to make a dentist appointment. I really wanted to do that in August before my husband went back to work. I guess I could still get my mom to help, but I'm going to have to book the dentist appointment. I'm pretty sure we're busy. I think the only day is like September 28th. It might be here somewhere, so not here because we're busy. It would either have to be the end of August if we can get in, or it would have to be September 17th to the 23rd. But we also have the Vancouver trip that we won't be home. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit busy. So anyway, I need to book the dentist. It's been something I've been procrastinating for a while. So now what I'm gonna do is come back to the monthly reset page, and we're going to fill this page out now. So again, I am going to fast forward this and we will come back and chat about it. Okay, guys. So I kind of simplified my important to-dos. I will have to get birthday gifts for all of the birthdays for my niece and nephew. August month end, I decided instead of like detailing out every little individual thing here, I'm also going to, well, I should be able to do that tomorrow. So I'm going to be, yeah, instead of writing out every like planner thing to do, everything in my business and personal life, I just put August month end, and then I put all of the month end stuff here. So this is the stuff I do on the 1st. It's actually the next month. I'll put that here. And then these are the things I do in preparation for the month after. So it's going to be a larger month because I do have Q4 to examine and to look at. So the next school video will even be longer than this one. But we have pay school fees that will usually be at the beginning of September, property tax payment, August month end, which is here, and then birthday gifts. And that's all I have so far, but I haven't actually seen the school calendar yet, so I will know more once I get there. Goals I want to personally make progress on. So my 100 book goal, I'm still trying to read lots of books. My basement project, if I could take the mornings when my daughter is in school, I could potentially work on a chunk of the basement. I could bring my son down to the basement with me because it would just be him with me. And then he could play with the toys down there while I do some tidying. So that could be a potential option. My artist way project, so I will be doing I think I'm actually going to be finishing that up for the month of September. So once that's done, I'll be done my project. And then I will have my review video on the whole thing. I'll have that complete at that point in time. So that's something I'll have to work on as well. personal development. So that is part of the Artist Way project, but I'm also reading nonfiction books. So currently, right now, I haven't started it, but the book I have is The Happiness Hypothesis by Jonathan Haidt. And I also want to start clean eating. I have actually started. I made overnight oats last night for the first time. I put cinnamon, honey, chia seeds, and I think I put some other kind of green that's like really good for you, and then overnight oats. And then I added almond milk. So the honey and the cinnamon are for the flavor. And then I also would like to get some pure maple syrup. I currently only have like the butter flavor. So I want to try to find some good maple syrup for that, especially going into fall. I think that'll be really tasty. And then write out notes for doctor's appointments. So there's a whole bunch of things that I want to talk to my doctor about. This appointment has been 3 months in waiting, you guys. 3 months. That's how long it takes to book an appointment with my doctor right now. Mind you, this is like a 30-minute appointment. So it's like a whole body checkup. I'll be getting my checkup for stuff that we don't want to talk about. And then also, I'll be getting like my blood work and stuff like that done. So important things there. I've got all of my dates that we've already discussed that were on my calendar. And then again, my August month end. So this part down here, I will do closer to the date towards the end of August. Right now we are sitting actually at August 13th. So we're not quite ready to talk about that. Okay, so now moving on, we will come to the tending list. This is where honestly, guys, I kind of cheat and I look at the previous month to kind of get an idea of what I want to put on here. And it's become a little bit easy for me because I just kind of copy it over. So that part is easy. And then here, I will be still putting some ideas down. So I do plan, and it is hard to plan this far out as well because I don't know what kind of tasks I'll have done. I know the Artist Way one, but I don't know like what parts of my house that I'll have clean. So this next week or two, so this week and then next week, I want to get a lot of these things done so that I don't have to do them in September, because September is going to be busy. So not only are my kids going back to school, I want to focus on my basement. That's probably the biggest one right now, but also my business is going to be picking up. I'm going to have quite a few marketing details to look at. And I don't know if I'm going to have another sale. I know right now the tariffs are really affecting people. So I'm not sure about having a sale, but I do know that September, October, November really pick up for sales from Etsy. And I do see myself being a bit busier there. So I want to give myself a little bit of grace, a little bit of wiggle room, especially if I'm trying to tackle a basement. Especially by myself, because that's a hard thing to do. So without further ado, I think I'm going to start tackling these areas here. So tending list, kind of already know what's going to be going on there, but I will just copy these titles over to this page. Okay, let's get started. Okay, guys, so we are all done. Priority is, we're going to say back to school. And encouraging words. take it slow. So I was actually just reading at the bottom here, and it just kind of made me remember that. It says, remember, it's okay to grow slow. Pace yourself over the year, and your small, consistent steps will add up. And isn't that the truth? So it's easy for us to kind of get excited about a project. And I know that I do that. Like right now, I'm kind of excited to do a mid-year check-in with my planner. And I feel like part of me is like, oh, it's too late. It's already the end of August. Why am I doing that? But I kind of want to stick to Q4 just to kind of look at my planners and say, what is going right with my planner? What's going wrong? Is there anything I want to change? How would I like it to look next year? What are my planning ideas? Like, are these dividers working? Are these like sections in my planner working? Could I pull something out? Can I make it smaller? Just all of the things just to see where I'm standing with my planner system and whether it's helping me in my life or whether it's hindering me in my life. So there's a few things I want to discuss, and I want to have a video about that and talk about what my intentions are in the next year, and like what my plans are for next year too. So remember to take it slow. And now August, I say that, and then the next 2 weeks of August, I'm kind of hustling because besides usually for my work, for my business, usually it's pretty slow. But for my house projects, I kind of want to get tidied up before Q4, before the kids go back to school, and before my business gets a little bit busier. So I want, the house stuff not to be on my mind. I don't want to have to think about, oh gosh, I forgot to clean underneath the bathroom cupboard. I want that to be wiped clean from my mind and get it out of there. So if I get it done, it'll be done and I don't have to think about it anymore. So, and then plus also just like cleaning my microwave shelves. It's basically kind of like my pantry has overtaken my microwave shelf. So there's things like my chia seeds and my flax seeds and my overnight oats, all of that kind of stuff should be put on my breakfast shelf in my pantry, and it's on the top of my dishwasher. And I just want to get it out of there because it just looks so messy and our cereal is overtaking everything. So I want to get it taken away, clean it up. And I will be pushing for the end of August. I've got lots and lots of cleaning projects to do, tidying projects. But the only one I really want to focus on is really just the basement and then maybe the toys. We actually have tons of toys in the basement too. So I need to make an executive decision as to whether to start donating some stuff, give it to my nephew because he's a baby. So I'll give him some of the baby toys. And I also need to start getting rid of some of the toys in the kids' toy organization areas because Christmas is coming and we all know that comes new presents and we just need to get rid of the old to make room for the new. So that is it for my September goals. And I hope you guys enjoyed following along. I hope I gave you some inspiration or some ideas for you to take care of your own goals for September. We will be going into a little bit more in depth when we come to October, because as we know, Q4 is a big deal. It's kind of like wrapping up the rest of the year. So what kind of projects do we want to finish? Do we have big yearly projects that are, how close are they to being done? If they're not even halfway yet, maybe we need to reevaluate and make it a project for next year. So that is it from me for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you are new, please subscribe, click on the bell button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.